And that was about it. I mean, I enjoyed Neville's return, which was great. If you told me a week ago that Neville would be the most talked about superstar coming out of this past week, I would have called you crazy, but he is. From his heel turn on Sunday to, I thought, a very good promo he cut on Monday, to a win on Tuesday nights, 205 Live in the main event over TJ Perkins and Rich Swann alongside the Brian Kendrick. He had a great week. Neville, the man that creative forgot for many, many months, made his return in a big way on Sunday night, so I could not be a bigger fan of Neville coming back in the fashion he did. And I think with the Cruiserweight division, it's starting, slowly starting to show signs of what it could be and fulfilling its full potential. And 205 Live is a big help, I think, in helping these guys develop their own characters, develop feuds. Not everybody has the network. Not everybody certainly does not watch 205 Live. But the people who do watch and know that it's pretty good, and it's successful pretty much more often than not in developing new feuds, new characters, and stuff like that. I thought this week's episode was quite good, actually. So I know people sat on their hands for the Cruiserweight Championship match on Sunday. They were kind of dead for the most part, which surprised me considering they were in Pittsburgh. But you could hear a fucking pin drop in that arena during the Rich Swann, TJ Perkins, Brian Kendrick triple threat match, which is a shame. I mean, it was an alright match, but I absolutely remember nothing from it. Just because it was a 5-minute, not a snore fest. Again, these guys work well together and they've had a decent feud going. But so far, I mean, WWE really was weak out of the gate for the Cruiserweight. So it's going to take some time to rebuild this division back up into something that people can care about. So I hope they can in the weeks and months ahead, just because these guys are really, really talented and don't deserve the reactions or lack thereof that they have not been getting in the last couple of months, weeks, whatever. But that was an alright match. But yeah, with Neville, though, him making his return when he did, how he did, I thought was great. He just came right down to the ring. It looked like he was going to congratulate Rich Swann on his Cruiserweight Championship victory and fucking smacked the shit out of him with an elbow right after the match and laid waste to both Rich Swann and TJ Perkins. So I thought they, really making a huge impact right out of the gate and becoming the new king of the Cruiserweights, as he called himself on Raw. And I thought he cut a pretty good promo on Raw. It might have been bad from like standard promo, from like promo standards for most people. But for Neville, I thought it was pretty damn good. For a guy that is not known for his mic skills, I thought it was a damn good promo. Probably the greatest promo of his entire career since coming to the main roster. And again, this is probably the most interested I've been in the Neville character since he came up almost 2 years ago. And in those 2 years, it's really just wasted time. Through almost all of 2015, they had a decent thing going with him and Barrett, but that feud died a death. They had a decent thing going with him and Stardust, but that thing died a death too, because they had a million fucking matches. They tried to put him with The Miz in a brief feud. That went nowhere. He went on to do nothing at the early onset of 2016, rather. It looked like he would have been involved in the IC Championship match at WrestleMania, but then he got hurt. He was gone for 4 months, came back, and was pretty much left off Raw. And at this point in time, we had the fucking brand split. So why is he not on the show? I thought it was just ridiculous. So to have him be back and in the Cruiserweights as a heel is even more exciting than him being back as a babyface, as the lead babyface in the division. We already have Perkins. We already have Rich Swann. We have Cedric Alexander. Neville was needed on the heel side. So you throw that in there. Austin Aries, too, when he eventually gets cleared from injury, which should hopefully be in the next couple months. I think he got injured in early November with the eye injury. He should be out through WrestleMania season, which sucks. But it would be great if he got cleared before Mania and was involved in like a Cruiserweight Open. Remember those? They used to do those on the SmackDown side of things many years ago on the SmackDown brand, like in the early 2000s. Those were fun. So I would bring maybe that match back in time for WrestleMania. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, from Aries to Neville to 205 Live to Jerry coming back pretty soon, you got a pretty good lineup of guys, and you throw in the other talent we already have, TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, the Brian Kendrick. You have Lindsay Dorado, Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese. There's a lot of great guys in that division. Jack Gallagher, I'm a big fan of. That guy's fucking awesome. So I think the Cruiserweight champion, the championship too, but the division itself can be salvaged with all these things they've been gradually doing. You can't just, it's not going to fix itself overnight. It's not just like that going to fix itself with just one addition to the roster, to the Cruiserweight roster. The division itself will not feel ultimately meaningful. It's going to take time. So I like the way they did that with Neville on Sunday and look forward to seeing what he does in the future going forward.